Now, with Steve McMurray.
Welcome and good morning this Sunday morning to you. I'm Steve McMurray in for Katrina this morning. We want to get started with that all-important forecast. It is Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown. It's a little sticky out. We've had rain overnight. The rain is still in parts of the place, but I think we dodged a little bit of a bullet as far as the heavy rain.
For sure. I thought we would get a little bit higher amounts in terms of rainfall. We got about between 3/4 of an inch and an inch of rain. We had the potential to get an inch and a half of rain, so things definitely could have been worse. The highest amounts came across the southern Tug Hill Plateau, where 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall has fallen, and that's because this was a little bit of an elevation-driven rainfall event. We're still going to be tracking heavy rainfall through the morning hours. Things drastically begin to dry out very quickly through the afternoon. Right now, the heaviest of showers working through northern Herkimer County and the village of Old Forge. So you can see that bullseye across the southern Tug Hill Plateau. The Osceola Mesonet Station measured 1.99 inches of rain so far overnight. 74 degrees with cloudy skies, calm winds. Again, as Steve alluded to, it is quite sticky out there. A 72-degree dew point, making for tropical levels of humidity. And when we get the dew point so close in proximity to the temperature, we do get patchy areas of fog. So just keep that in mind if you're doing any traveling this morning. Fortunately, we're still seeing some smoke issues across eastern New York, but locally, air quality has improved. Air quality will stay in good condition through Sunday. Taking a look at Cooperstown, things are beginning to dry out. They're at 70 degrees. Coming up, we're going to break down that all-important induction forecast. Steve?
All right, James, thanks. It is induction.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. Continuing to track some heavy rainfall after we saw some very heavy rainfall overnight. We all picked up about 3/4 of an inch of rain, some of us picking up an inch to almost 2 inches of rain across the Tug Hill Plateau. Let's take a look at downtown Utica, where things have improved over the last couple of hours. This morning we saw puddles on the roadways, standing water, very overcast skies. Things are beginning to peak out though. We see a little bit of blue in the distance, primarily mostly cloudy. Temperatures up to 74 degrees already though. Heavy rainfall continues this morning, primarily north and south of I-90. Utica looks to stay primarily dry aside from a rogue shower or two. We slowly dry out in full this afternoon, and it's going to be a sunny finish to our weekend. And then wildfire smoke unfortunately makes its return overnight tonight. Currently up in Rome, it is 74 with cloudy skies, calm winds, which should continue today. Unfortunately, this very high dew point will also continue today. We're going to see very, very high levels of humidity, near tropical levels of humidity once we crack that 70-degree mark for the dew point. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, some heavy rainfall moving through Hamilton County as well as northern Herkimer County. Old Forge just saw a very heavy shower. These are sliding eastward. We're still tracking a few showers just back to the west of Syracuse as well. These are a little bit lighter, but these look to approach down the I-90 corridor and into the Mohawk Valley. Your Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast. Later this afternoon, we are expecting dry weather, so it does present an opportunity to get the lawn cut. Otherwise, Monday and Tuesday both presenting completely dry days and good opportunities to get out and get the lawn cut. Fortunately, right now locally, we are dealing with almost perfect air quality. Not quite perfect, but near perfect. But the Capital District cannot say that. They're still seeing smoky conditions. We see clear conditions today, but as we head into the overnight tonight, that smoke begins to return from the north. By midday Monday, smoky conditions, and we continue to see smoky conditions through the day on Monday and into Tuesday morning. We're also tracking very warm weather. Upper 80s to begin the week, highs near 90 degrees both Monday and Tuesday with high levels of humidity. These scattered showers come to an end right around induction time. These showers are right on the edge of Cooperstown. It's going to be an extremely close call. They slide to the south, and then sunny skies to finish the afternoon with temperatures up into the 80s. We're going to be keeping a very close call we're going to be keeping a very close look on those showers in the early afternoon. Today, those AM rain showers, decreasing clouds throughout the afternoon. We finish the day sunny. A look at the 7-day forecast, tracking those showers to come to an end right around or during the beginning of the induction ceremony. A very hot, sunny start to the week, partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the upper 80s. A chance for storms on Wednesday, but we're not seeing any widespread rain like we saw last night. And then pleasant, cooler weather as we head into the weekend. Anybody know the answer to this question? Steve, I think you do. You're a baseball guy.
A, 1939.
You would be correct, sir.
And it was a super class. It was
had them all.
It was Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, Cy Young, and then they did a special election for Lou Gehrig.
Yes.
Usually you have to wait 5 years, but they made an exception for him. But yeah, that was the inaugural class, and it was a super class.
Yes, and it's very cool. The gentleman who opened the Hall of Fame, Stephen Carlton Clark, he did so in the wake of the Great Depression in 1939 to help revitalize the village of Cooperstown, which took a big hit during the Depression.
All right, so there's your trivia question and answer. And again, as James said, 1:30 is the induction ceremony today. It's probably still going to be raining relatively heavily at that time, but as the ceremony progresses, the rain will drop away. So, all right, thanks a lot, James. Well, nervous moments yesterday. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for this half hour of Weekend Today. I'm Steve McMurray in for Katrina this morning. Want to get right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio. Good morning, James. And we were talking this morning. It's induction day. We've been talking all day, all weekend. It's induction day in Cooperstown. We're going to be wet to start,
yes.
But fill us in on a little timeline if you
We're
can.
tracking some showers that are going to move through right around the start of the induction ceremony, but fortunately it's going to dry out during the ceremony. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're still dealing with a couple heavier showers. We have a heavier shower working into Oswego County that will likely work across central and northern Oneida County. We just had a heavier shower work through northern Herkimer County that has now entered Hamilton County. We're going to break down the arrival time of those showers later, right around 1:30 p.m. Coming up in full weather. The heaviest of the rain last night, we all have picked up over 3/4 of an inch of rain, many of us picking up well over an inch of rain. The bullseye, the southern Tug Hill Plateau, where a little over 2 inches of rain has fallen. The Osceola Mesonet Station has recorded 1.99 inches of rainfall. 74 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome, a very, very high dew point and very, very humid conditions today, and that is going to continue. We see humid conditions through the remainder of the weekend and into the start of next week. Due to the fact that we have these high levels of humidity and the temperature hasn't risen quite yet, we're seeing some humidity fog this morning, some areas of reduced visibility, primarily to the east of Utica. However, if you're doing some traveling across the hilltops, be aware of that. It is a little bit foggy up here on Smith Hill. Fortunately, the smoke has cleared out locally. Capital District still dealing with some poor air quality, but today we will continue to see good air quality. Unfortunately, we're going to track smoke's return as we head into Monday. Taking a look at Cooperstown, things are beginning to pick up. Conditions are drying out. People are starting to fill out the streets. We're seeing less and less umbrellas. Coming up, we're going to take a more detailed forecast, or more detailed look at your forecast for the induction ceremony. Steve?
All right, James, thanks. There is a new
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday morning. We were tracking quite a bit of heavy rain last night, and we all picked up about 3/4 of an inch of rain to about 1.25 inches of rain. And we desperately needed it with how dry things have been and how dry things are going to be. Take a look at downtown Utica, where things are beginning to dry out. Still mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-70s, but just an hour ago we were still seeing standing water on the roadways. Things are beginning to dry out. We're still seeing rainfall north and south of the valley, but Utica just going to see a light shower or two before things fully dry out. Heavy rainfall continues this morning for some, but it is going to slowly come to an end. We slowly dry out this afternoon, and we're going to have a sunny finish to the weekend, decreasing clouds through the afternoon. Wildfire smoke, unfortunately, returns overnight tonight, and tomorrow, your Monday looks quite smoky. 74 degrees with cloudy skies in Rome right now, calm winds, which will continue. High levels of humidity, which will also continue. Dew points currently in the low 70s. They may tick down to the upper 80s, but it will remain humid not just today, but into the first few days of next week. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. A heavier shower worked through northern Herkimer County. It's currently working through central Hamilton County. Now we're tracking more scattered lighter showers. We have some scattered lighter showers working into the Syracuse region. These are tracking due eastward and will work through central New York throughout the morning. We'll continue to see lighter showers. Your Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast, the second half of the day, primarily the evening hours, would present an opportunity to get the lawn cut. Otherwise, Monday and Tuesday both look entirely dry. Smoke continues to stay out of our area through the day today. However, overnight tonight, right around 2 o'clock in the morning, that smoke begins to billow back in. By the time we wake up tomorrow, we're seeing reduced air quality. It actually begins to get a little bit worse as we head towards the afternoon hours, and it lingers into the day on Tuesday. Very warm weather to begin the week. Highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees both Monday and on Tuesday. That haze from the wildfire smoke keeping us a couple degrees colder. Otherwise, we might be into the 90s. These showers slowly slide to the south this morning. I have this paused at noon. Everyone north of I-90 done with rain showers at noon. By 1:30 p.m., around the start of the induction ceremony, we're tracking one last shower working through Otsego County before drier weather settles in for the evening. By 4:30 p.m., it's sunny with 80 degrees in Cooperstown, and these sunny, dry conditions continue into the evening, through the evening and into the overnight. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, we're tracking those thunderstorms, those thunder showers, non-severe storms, heavy rain for the induction ceremony this early afternoon. Drier conditions settle in for this evening. Hazy conditions tomorrow and hot, highs in the upper 80s. It stays hot into Tuesday, and then we begin a little bit of a cool down. We head towards the mid-70s by the end of next week and the beginning of next weekend. And the chance for storms on Wednesday into Thursday, looking very light. It's not a high chance for rainfall. We're not tracking anything widespread at this time. It looks like a relatively dry week. Anybody know the answer to this question? I didn't. I had to look this up.
I was going to say B, but I don't think that's right either.
It's actually a star system, which blew my mind because I've never heard of this thing. It's a star system called Sirius, which they nicknamed the dog star. I should say the Greeks when I say they.
Okay.
And it's more visible in the summer than any other time, and it's associated with the arrival of heat, drought, storms, lethargy, and bad luck. They noticed all of that back in the day, that when this one bright sky or when this one bright star appeared, those things seem to be more common.
All right. There you have it. There you have it. Again, 1:30 is induction ceremony time. It looks like it's going to be raining heavily in Cooperstown at that point, but it should move out.
After 2 p.m., we start to see dry conditions.
Start to get a little better. All right. Maybe you move just a little bit quicker.
Hopefully.
Or fall apart. One of the two.
Hopefully.
All right. Thanks a lot, James. Well, NASA's
Forecast, here's James DeFazio.
You know, we did get to see a little bit of rainfall this morning hamper the beginning of the today's induction ceremony, but fortunately things have cleared out. I was thinking, you know, they wanted to give the baseball players one last rain delay today, I guess. Just one more extra hour to make them wait. But fortunately, dry weather has settled in on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and it's going to settle in for several days. It's 83 degrees and very humid, mostly cloudy in Rome, tropical levels of humidity with dew points in the upper 60s to low 70s. We're tracking Canadian wildfire smoke, which for now is absent from central New York, but unfortunately after midnight tonight, it begins to billow back in from the north, and we're going to break that down coming up on full weather. Tonight, very comfortable conditions aside from the humidity, temperatures between 75 and 80 degrees with widespread sunshine. As you'll hear in the upcoming story, we're going to continue to talk about wildfire smoke in full weather, but I can promise you This did not. This is not the smoke that that is causing
All right,
poor
Jimmy.
air quality tomorrow.
Time to play our new game. You ready? It's called Finish That Lyric.
Let's do it.
Here we go. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray, South Pacific, Walter Winchell.
Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, Baseball Hall of Famer himself.
Yes.
That's, if you're not familiar, from We Didn't Start the Fire,
Yes.
for a song by Billy Joel. And it was playing at a recent Syracuse.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. After a rainy start to our day, beautiful sunny skies have worked into Central New York, and things cleared out just in time for the ceremony to start a little bit late. They had to give them one last little rain delay, I guess, to make them wait an extra hour, but it was well worth the wait to get blue skies galore like this, mostly sunny skies. It is comfortable as well in the low 80s. It's just very humid out there right now. And these humid conditions are going to continue tonight, but it also will remain dry. It's going to stay hazy, hot, and humid to begin the week. And then we're tracking a cold front to arrive during the day on Wednesday, which is going to bring in a cooler weather pattern. 83 degrees with mostly cloudy skies currently in Rome. A bit of a breeze at 13 miles per hour. Don't expect it to be overly breezy. That'll come back down. These humid conditions, though, going to continue. We have tropical levels of humidity. Primarily dry weather on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We do have one cell that was working through Schoharie County, but we're also keeping an eye now across the North Country. These storms were forecast to fall apart as they enter our area. We'll keep a close eye as they work into northern Herkimer and central Hamilton County. Clinton Tractor and Implement Mowcast, Monday and Tuesday both presenting completely dry days and good opportunities to get the lawn cut. Fortunately, Wednesday is the one very wet day of the week, and it would be tough to get it cut on Wednesday. Tonight, wildfire smoke makes its return, especially tomorrow, it's going to be, I should say, the levels become unhealthy as we head into tomorrow morning. It starts to work in tonight, but really thickens up through the morning hours tomorrow, settles in over central New York for the entirety of the day on Monday, the entirety of Monday night, and then as we head into Tuesday afternoon, it does look to lighten. We'll see if that continues. We do expect, though, at some point tomorrow, the air quality will get to the level where it will be considered unhealthy for some. The temperature trend, very warm to begin the week, upper 80s both Monday and Tuesday. That cold front works through Wednesday, bringing in much cooler weather, not just for Thursday and Friday, but for the weekend as well. We're looking at mid to upper 70s. Your Skycast, there's really not a whole lot to show you on here. It's very quiet. That isolated shower across the North Country is showing up on there. Aside from that, dry weather continues tonight. It's a warm night with lows in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, we start the day with mostly sunny skies, and it warms up very quickly, but hazy, hot, and humid, highs in the upper 80s. It would be even warmer, but thankfully, the smoke will help limit the sun. It'll keep it about 2 degrees cooler. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, a very hazy, hot, humid start to the week. Upper 80s, partly sunny Monday, upper 80s, mostly sunny Tuesday. That cold front changes our weather on Wednesday. A round of showers works through midday. We dry out in full during Thursday afternoon, and that cooler weather pattern settles in.
At 11, meteorologist Jim DeFazio joins me right now. And take a look at this. The number of 70 degree or 90 degree days we've had this year is up to 7.
We average 5 per summer, and we've already hit 7. And we have the chance to hit 90 both of the next 2 days. We're going to be tracking very warm weather Monday and Tuesday, so we'll see just how far we get above. And even though we're tracking a bit of a cooler pattern, we are going to see more warm weather as we head into later towards the back end of summer. We're not saying goodbye to warm weather despite the end of this week having some cooler temperatures. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, dry conditions except for Hamilton County. That shower is sliding off to the southeast. Southern Hamilton County seeing some light rainfall. Otherwise, dry conditions across central New York. Tonight, we're tracking temperatures in the low 70s. Lows are going to be in the mid to upper 60s. It's going to be a relatively mild night, but very humid out there. The humid conditions continue through the day tomorrow. As you can see, dew points all the way up at 69 degrees, almost near tropical levels of humidity. Tonight, temperatures, again, they dip down very slowly, albeit they do get down by daybreak close to the mid-60s. Coming up, we're going to take a look at your week's forecast, as well as a look at the Canadian wildfire smoke. Luke?
James, thanks so much. Heading now around America.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Sunday evening. After some widespread rain showers this morning, we saw decreasing clouds throughout the afternoon and improving conditions, and we ended the weekend with some widespread sunshine and pleasant weather. Take a look at downtown Utica, where mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies are settling in. Temperatures tonight going to be in the upper 60s for lows in the city of Utica, but dry conditions have settled in, and dry conditions are going to continue for the next couple of days. Hazy, hot, and humid to begin the week. Very, very warm weather settles in for tomorrow. We're also tracking the return of wildfire smoke, which is going to slowly billow in as the night progresses tonight. We'll really notice that by tomorrow morning. Cold front we're tracking arrives on Wednesday, and that's going to bring a much cooler weather pattern for the remainder of the week, for Thursday onward. Your current conditions, 71 degrees with partly cloudy skies up in Rome, just a light breeze at 3 miles per hour, a very high dew point, 69 degrees, very humid conditions, only a 1 degree away from being considered tropical levels of humidity, so very, very humid night out there tonight. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We have a shower that just worked through the Hamlet Speculator. It continues to work southward. Everywhere else in central New York is seeing dry conditions and will continue to tonight. The smoke begins to work back in as the night progresses. By tomorrow morning, it's noticeable. It has returned. In the afternoon hours, it is even more prevalent, a little bit thicker. We'll see if we get an air quality alert issued yet again. And unfortunately, this smoke sticks around through Monday into Tuesday morning. As we head into Tuesday afternoon, the smoke does look to lighten up, and hopefully we can say soon that it will stay that way after hopefully Tuesday afternoon leads to a big improvement in air quality. Dry weather the next 2 days, both presenting good opportunities to get the lawn cut. Otherwise, Wednesday looking rather showery. Very warm weather to start the week. That cold front works through middle of the day on Wednesday, brings us back down to highs in the mid-70s to round off the week. Some cooler weather, but again, that doesn't last. Summer is not saying goodbye yet. Skycast, very quiet, very boring. Lows tonight in the upper 60s. Very warm weather tomorrow. We warm up very quickly. Highs in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Again, hot, hazy, humid conditions as that wildfire smoke continues to build back in. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, hot, hazy, and humid start to the week, and that continues into Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies on Tuesday with hopefully less levels of pollutants in the air. We're tracking a cold front on Wednesday, which is going to be bringing a change in air mass and a change in the weather pattern. We go from the upper 80s down into the mid-70s with pleasant weather for the end of the week and for the weekend.